We purchased the house in 2003. This is a 1948 Truesdale developed home, and the architect was Alan Simple. It was basically a ground-up restoration. It was so bad at one point that the city redlined it and wouldn't even allow us to be inside of it. It was that dangerous.
When we did our plan to try and integrate some design, this house was not anything that was architecturally significant. It was a very basic elevation. We wanted to integrate some mid-century architectural features in our rebuild.
I'm Cindra. I'd like to introduce you to my husband, Rod.
Hello.
So the reason we came to Palm Springs was we lived in Orange County and we started coming to spring break in Palm Springs. In fact, we may be the reason why spring break ended.
We have a long past and history here, coming here since we were kids. We just fell in love with the city and the vibe and everything going on, even back in 1985. And that's what started us actually living in Palm Springs. In typical fashion, you get in, you see this nice house, and it's tired, it's beat up, it's old, needs help, and you go, all right, we'll paint it, we'll clean her up, we'll take the old carpet out and put new flooring in, and we'll move in. And 4 years later, we ended up moving in. As we started peeling the onion to the house, we eventually were down to the studs. Basically, there wasn't anything here to save. There wasn't anything original. It was really a disaster. It was a mess. So we had to start over. We just went through the ideas. Cindra actually did all the design work, working hand in hand with an architect that we hired so he could do the drawings and submit plans.
The footprint of the house is all original. The interior was beyond need of help, so we had to kind of start from zero. So it's the same floor plan, same footprint, but with a different spin on it to bring it into the future and make it a functional house.
We wanted to integrate some mid-century architectural features in our rebuild. We had everything down. So one thing that we did, we took the garage down and we gave the garage a flat roof. And we extended that flat roof line on to the entryway. So we gave it some flat roof line, and we used some building materials for the exterior. And as you see in the house, that we integrated the stones from the outside into the inside of the house, and we continued on even to some of the wall into the backyard.
We decided, because we wanted to have an indoor-outdoor experience, we were going to put an outdoor living space so we could live outside in the best months here in the desert. So we added the cook center, the 20-seat floating sit-down bar area.
You'll notice that the patio does not have end support posts. It's open. There's no end support posts. The support posts are in the middle, and we integrated those into the structure for the large amoeba bar space. We had some nice features like that into the design.
We also decorated with period correct pieces. Our furnishings in the house are reminiscent of what would have been there back in the day. Several glass collections from the 50s and the 60s that are Fenton. We made meticulous choices on our lighting to make sure that all of our lights and all of the rooms were from that era. The swag lamps and the drip glaze lighting and a lot of our art were all from the 50s and 60s. We're at the point now where we'll still find treasures that we absolutely have to have, but it has to replace something because it's better than what we have currently. So we're still doing treasure hunting. We're still on the hunt, but we're really happy with what we've curated here in the house thus far.
The artwork, we have some original Whitco's, we have some original old oils from the 50s. So we have a mixture of vintage and contemporary art, but it all flows together, I think, very, very nicely.
Absolutely.
Right? We get a lot of good compliments on it.
Very happy with what we've been able to do with such a small space in not very much time. I mean, it all kind of came together nicely once we were able to move into the house. We lived in here, we felt the bones, we knew what we needed, and we went on the hunt and found it. So we found out about Palm Springs Modern Committee through the various events that they threw throughout the year. We were just fascinated with these homes that we went on tour in.
We understood the goal and the mission. This
is special.
This organization has meaning and it has purpose. And boy, we were 110% behind that. It drew us in immediately, and we have really evolved with it over all these years. Yeah.
Palm Springs architectural treasures are at risk of being lost. PSModCom is committed to preserving our unique desert modern architecture through education, advocacy, and community action. By supporting PSModCom, you help protect our city's identity, educate future generations, and keep our history alive. Every lost building is a piece of our heritage gone forever. Visit psmodcom.org to join us in safeguarding Palm Springs' architectural legacy today.